Welcome to EH British Cars. Well, today we're going to do something a bit easier. So I'm still doing a lot of body work, but in between I'm doing some other little jobs just to break the monotony of sanding and grinding and welding. So I've been working on the fan, and I have found what I think to be what they call a tropical fan or tropics fan, which was an option for the TR4s and the TR3s. I don't know about the TR2s. But it's a 6-bladed fan, but it's of the standard construction that they use, which is 2 steel stars with metal blades in between. And it also is the harmonic balancer for the car, so it's rubber mounted, and it's also balanced. So we're going to go over all that stuff. So let's go take a look. So this is the fan. As you can see, it has 6 blades, and it's a steel star, but it has an additional piece of steel on the inside. So I think one of the TR4s is actually the 4-bladed fan has there's a piece of steel on either side. So it is different. And then these are riveted on. So it looks like it's just all steel construction, steel rivets riveted in. And one of the things I wanted to go over with you is these rubber bushings. So there's 2 rubber bushings in each hole, and they have a hole down the center, and you can see they're stepped. And there's also a little steel tube that goes in the middle. And you can't just put these in, otherwise it just doesn't work. So let me show you what I've been doing. So this is what they call rubber grease. You use this on master cylinders and all that. This is typically what you pack on the outside of the compression cylinder where your push bar goes in and stuff. So it's just a red kind of a grease, but it doesn't hurt rubber. So you need to put some kind of lubrication on these. I suppose you could use silicone lubricant. You can probably use wheel bearing grease, but I won't guarantee it won't attack the rubber. Anyhow, so I've been putting a thin layer on the inside edges, and then just on one of them, I put some grease on the outside, which is in the step. This is the piece that's going to push in. And we're going to use that as the second piece. I'll lube this one up a little bit. It doesn't take a whole lot, just enough to grease this. Then this is that steel tube, and we're going to put a little grease on the outside of that. And like I say, you don't have to go crazy with this lubrication. Alright, so what you're going to do from the flat side as opposed to the step side, you're going to push that in maybe about halfway. You definitely do not want to go all the way. What you're going to do, and I've been doing this from the front. You can tell by the front of the fan, see how these fans have a curve in them? They act like an airplane wing. So the convex side faces the radiator. So here's this. You'll notice that that pops into that hole. And then when we push the steel tube in, it's really going to lock it in. And I push it a little bit past halfway. You can see that that's come up above the surface of the steel. And then this is the one that we lubricated the inside and the outside on. You want to get it started. And then you can usually press one side in. And then I'm just using a flat screwdriver just to push the edge of the rubber into the hole, because otherwise it won't start. And it goes not too badly. And then I'm just using a big pair. These are channel locks, but anything that will reach in and push square. Now I managed to lose the rubber out of the one side. But you want to push that steel tube in all the way. I like to push it with the channel locks just so it's nice and square. You can see that that looks pretty good. Then you just got to be careful you don't knock them out, because you can knock them out fairly easily, because they're 10 times harder to put in than to knock out, if not 50 times harder. Murphy being Murphy and all. Alright, so here's the front of the engine. If you're wondering what that yellow is in the bottom of the picture, it's the top of the light I'm using to kind of brighten this up a bit. So this is going to go, you see those curves, this is the front, and it just goes over the snout. And if you look right there on the snout, I'm hoping you can see that, but there's a tiny hole, and that lines up with that hole right there. So we're going to put that on.
And then this funny looking washer, and this is to lock the starter crank. So we just need to find the spot where that lines up with the 4 holes, like that. And then there's this balancing weight, and again it has that hole, and that's going to line up with that hole there. The 4 holes on the crankshaft are not symmetric, so there's only one way that's going to fit. And there's also a washer that goes on the top of those, so that's going to go under those, over that. This is going to go through, and then we also have flat washers for the top, and I'm going to put Loctite on these threads. So if you're watching this, I'm just inserting this because I found a mistake, that this bolt should go through this lock tab and then the flat washer. Everything else is the same, but if the flat washer is up against the bolt, the bending the tab over won't lock the head in. So I'm just loosen that up a little bit so I can get the washer to slide in there. So, locking tab, flat washer, funny hex washer, fold washer against the rubber, then through the rubber into the fan hub. Well, sorry about the mistake, but just remember that's the correct way no matter what I say in this text. I'm just going to insert this in the middle. I'm not going to refilm the whole thing. So with this plate in place, it's covering that little hole, but it's just to the right is straight down. And these lock plates fit the short dimension, which just depends on where your crankshaft is laying. I'm going to put that through and get it started. So I'm going to put the new washer on the outside. Put the old washer against the face of the rubber. You need like 4 hands to do this too, by the way. Oh, well that's good. And I haven't got the fan lined up right. That's close together holes are here on the fan and they're there on the crankshaft, so I need to turn this 90 degrees. You may be asking, why is the hole in that fan not lined up with the hole in the crankshaft? And that's because this fan and this crankshaft have never been together before, and it was just drilled somewhere else. So I think the important thing is to have the weights lined up with the hole in the fan, because that's what you're balancing is the fan. Make sure that that inner washer is lined up on the flats on the crank before you torque it down. And I bought a wrench with it somewhere and I don't know where I put it. Oh, there it is. So we're just going to run these in easy. These should only probably be about 15-20 foot-pounds. And that's it. Nice and tight. It's clear on the cross braces. And that ought to move a lot more air than that 4-bladed fan, and the fan blades are even smaller. So it was just a lucky find that when I built the Vitesse, we put electric fans on the radiator. So I kept this because I figured it would fit here, and it sure does. And I guess I got to think that way that the part shelf is, this is just the... There wasn't a special one for the TR4. This radiator, these are the mount holes, so the radiator is that wide, so it's perfect size for that. And then the only last thing to do is we got to bend these tabs over just to lock the bolts in, and I'll get a pair of channel locks and do that. So I just thought I'd show you these channel locks. I got these at Sears 50 years ago or more, But they've got this little notch right here, and that's perfect. You put the channel lock on the flat and put the ear of the lock into that little ridge, and that'll do it for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share, and we'll see you next time.